And welcome. I have James Phinney here from Modiga, and gigantic. I just got to play it right now. Can tell me a little bit what kind of job did you have creating gigantic?
Yeah, so with Gigantic, really started with just a couple of ideas. We knew we wanted to have a PvP game. We knew we wanted to have a lot of interesting characters with different abilities, and we knew we wanted to have these giant monsters. Just kind of dug in and talked about, like, how are we going to make that work? How are we going to make it play well? How are we going to make it fun to play? And also, one of our goals is to make it work as a really serious competitive game. That I think that the things that you do to make a game accessible and interesting to people and sort of draw them in. I mean, you can sort of see the very vibrant art style, and you just played it sort of quick to jump in and say, okay, well, I kind of know how these controls work. They're pretty familiar. Just WASD movement, you're going to shift to sprint and spacebar to jump and click to attack, that sort of thing. Aim the camera at the guy I want to attack.
Right.
But thinking about, like, how we make sure that it had depth and really interesting kind of back and forth play was a big part of the design challenge early on. And so it's really anchored around these guardians. Each team has this giant monster that's like 150 feet tall, and your goal is to defeat the enemy's guardian before they defeat yours. You have to power yours up. You do that by controlling the map. There are points where you can summon creatures, and the creatures that you summon there provide a chance to make strategic choices. So some of the creatures do things like reveal enemies on the minimap. You don't just have kind of a radar that shows where everybody is. You have to put down a surplus, and then you can snip some out and shows you where they are. A Cyclops that makes it easier to really hold a point. It's really tough. Or there are bloomers that are these tree creatures that heal you. And so figuring out sort of which creatures you want to have in each location is part of the kind of strategic decision of the game. Controlling the map helps you build up power. Defeating enemy heroes helps you build up power. And then when you get a chance, your guardian powered up, he's going to travel across the map. He breaks a bunch of the terrain, sort of reshapes the battlefield to your advantage a little bit. And so as more and more attacks happen, more and more the battlefield changes, and goes and knocks the enemy guardian into a vulnerable state, and that's when you can attack him.
How many different characters can you play?
So in this build, I think we've got 18. I'm trying to think, because internally we've got a lot more than that. The process of making a character, because it's fitting into the sort of team play of it, and also just sort of balancing the skills and kind of pushing the envelope in terms of how controls work. It takes a while, so we've got 20 some internally, but yeah, this build we've got.
So how do you set yourself apart from the other types of games out there that are similar games?
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things is that a lot of people will talk about Gigantic in terms of some other games that are out there, but to play it, it's pretty different. It's I think a unique experience. Control-wise, it's familiar, but it the mix of shooter controls, actiony gameplay, verticality, jumping up and down in the map, running around, and sort of skill-based aiming, and all that makes it a very unique experience. I think that for us, there's sort of bullet points you rattle off in terms of it's not a game where there are these sort of set lanes and specific roles that you play. It's much more freeform, allows for a lot of player creativity in terms of how they work together, how they use their skills. The guardians and their effect on the gameplay and the pace of battle. All that stuff. Even things like match times, which range from around 8 minutes. That's a really just one team destroying the other to say 20 minutes on the high end. It's pretty different than a lot of other more serious competitive games.
What can we expect for the system requirements to be able to play it?
I think that's a work in progress. It's very important to us, though. Obviously, we want to get the game out to as many people as possible, and we've had some success in terms of, making sure the game plays well on lower end systems. But certainly right now we're in alpha, and so for anybody in alpha, we're asking for some pretty beefy requirements.
Okay, great. Well, thanks a lot for talking with me. It's been great. I love playing the game, and you got to check it out. Gigantic.